3 to 5 minutes of small tornado has created a massive havoc destruction in Jalpaiguri, in Goshalamore, where we are standing. You can see behind me the condition. You can see an asbestos which is completely flown off, and it's there. And here lot of houses have been damaged. What we are getting from administrative sources is more than 800 houses have been damaged. You can see that this is the condition, and the pole which fell out there, the one person died here. Till now the death toll is 5. That's what we are getting. More than 300 people are injured. NDRF team is also working, the disaster management team also working. Governor has reached this place, and Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is here. She reached yesterday late at night. She went to the hospital. She also went to the people's family where people have died. But see, this is the massive havoc which 5 minutes small tornado created in this region. People, they are absolutely, they are shocked. And if we go inside, then we'll see the condition of the houses. They are completely, the roof is completely blown off. You can see the condition is horrific out here.
Good evening. You're watching Setting the Election Agenda with me, Poonam Burde, here on CNN News 18. It's election season, and there is no better destination than CNN News 18 for all your election insights. Starting today, every day through the week at 5 p.m, we will set the election agenda. Over the next 60 minutes, I will take you through the day's biggest political story, the war around it, and the impact it will have on the upcoming polls. We'll also bring you voices from on ground, from the length and breadth of this country. This show will be your one-stop shop in election season, and the biggest story of today, the one we're talking about, could have an impact on how Tamil Nadu votes. That is over a tiny island which was allegedly given away to Sri Lanka by Congress and the DMK in the past. That is what the BJP and the central government is focusing on. That is our top focus here on this edition. The Prime Minister yesterday, remember, strongly criticized the Congress and the DMK over the Katchatheevu island. Today, External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar rejoined that debate. He continued to criticize Congress and the DMK. He asserted that the Gandhi family always viewed this island as a nuisance. It led to the island's secession to Sri Lanka in 1974. The External Affairs Minister emphasized that Nehru attached little importance to this island. The former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi even referred to it as a little rock. In response, the Congress retaliated. They questioned the timing of it all. They questioned why the government couldn't reclaim this island from Sri Lanka in the last 10 years. S. Jaishankar responded to that charge as well. He highlighted that at least 6,000 fishermen are currently detained under the Sri Lankan government, creating fear among those who are entering that area. All of this was because of the Congress, and the DMK did everything in its power to hide it, is what the BJP alleges. The political war of words is escalating from all sides. The historical evidence that is on record, which the government is now putting out, that is something that the opposition, and which is the Congress and the DMK in this case, is rejecting. Pallavi, Payal, Purnima and Aman Sharma, my colleague, will be joining us shortly. But I want to open this up with Purnima. Purnima, you're reporting from... We'll try and reconnect that line with Purnima. Payal and Aman continue to be with us. Aman, it's an RTI copy that has brought the focus back on this entire controversy on this tiny island, which has now become a big controversy. If you could take our viewers through some of the highlights of that RTI copy.
See, Poonam, the RTI copy which has now revealed new facets of this entire controversy. Number one, we all know that the island was ceded away to Sri Lanka in 1974, but what were the circumstances behind this development? So, circumstances which this RTI is now revealing. First, the thinking of then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru over this island. If you see this matter here, the noting of Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru on 10th May 1961, clearly says that I attach no importance at all to this little island and I would have no hesitation in giving up our claim to it. This is what the former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru thought in 1961, and this was much against the advice of the Attorney General M.C. Setalvad at that time, which is also recorded just below that, noting where the former Attorney General, the then Attorney General, had said that it appears to me that the balance lies in the favor of concluding that the sovereignty of the island was and is in India. So the going against this advice, legal advice of the AG, this was the advice, this was the opinion of Jawaharlal Nehru, and this matter hanged fire till 1974, till the government finally decided to cede this island to Sri Lanka, and that is what the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, is now attacking the Congress for compromising the territorial integrity of India. The second major point which is going to stir up Tamil Nadu politics specifically is this double speak of the DMK party. So we all know that the DMK has been vociferously objecting to the handover of this island to Sri Lanka. They have been writing letters to the centre saying this island should be brought back into Indian territory. But this RTI now for the first time is revealing that the then Chief Minister, Mr. M. Karunanidhi, in 1974, in fact gave his in principle agreement to the centre's proposal of handing over this island to Sri Lanka. If we go to this meeting in which the then Foreign Secretary, Mr. Keval Singh, had travelled, in fact, to Chennai to meet M. Karunanidhi, that's what M. Karunanidhi told Mr. Keval Singh, the then Foreign Secretary. If you can point to that paragraph, which is very damning for the DMK, because here the Chief Minister, the noting says on the substance of the proposal is handing over the island to Sri Lanka. The Chief Minister, Mr. M. Karunanidhi, indicated that he was inclined to accept the suggested solution. That's a very, very important revelation now, that M. Karunanidhi was in favor of also this particular solution. Further, it says the Chief Minister, having once again signified his general acceptance of the suggested solution, said that for obvious political reasons he could not be expected to take a public stand in favor of it. So Mr. Karunanidhi in public wanted to object to this decision, but in private, in the meeting with the centre and the Foreign Secretary of India at that time, he said that he is in general acceptance of the said proposal. Now this is becoming very, very controversial, because the Prime Minister is now saying that look at the DMK's hypocrisy. The Foreign Minister, Mr. Jaishankar, said the same in his press conference today. There are people who handed over this island and there are people who hid it. So hiding means that you in private you express your support, but in public you object. In fact, the Chief Minister also assured the Foreign Secretary, Mr. Karunanidhi, that he will help keep the reaction at a low key and would not allow it to be played up. So this means obviously Mr. Karunanidhi expected there will be a reaction in Tamil Nadu to this move, but he assured the centre that he would ensure that the reaction keeps low key, matters don't flare up. Even that kind of an assurance was given by the state government to the centre. So it becomes very, very clear that the BJP's charge now is that the Congress and the DMK were hand in glove and handing over this island to Sri Lanka, compromising the territorial integrity of India. And in Tamil Nadu elections, now we will see that BJP will make this maybe the #1 issue against both the DMK, Congress combined, and fight the elections on the issue, saying that these two parties who are now in an NDA alliance have actually compromised the interests of the country and of Tamil Nadu many, many years back.
Right, and those are the political war wars that have erupted, really. The BJP going on the offensive here, even though the Congress and the DMK combined, questioning the timing of it all. Pallavi and Payal also joining us on this broadcast. But before I get them in, let's listen into some of those reactions that have come to the fore. The BJP, of course, putting the entire blame, and it's not just about the island. The BJP making this about a larger issue of the Congress and their predecessors, never thinking about the country's territorial integrity. That's what the BJP has made this about. The Congress and DMK combined, of course, hitting back in equal measure. Let's listen into those reactions.
Fact is, they simply did not care. And to demonstrate that, I think if one looks at, again, this is there in one of the documents of the released under RTI. This is an observation by the then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru in May of 1961. He writes, I attach no importance at all to this little island, and I would have no hesitation in giving up our claim to it. I do not like matters like this pending indefinitely, called G. Vishwanathan from Tamil Nadu. And he says, this is I'm quoting from Parliament records, we are worried about Diego Garcia, thousands of miles away from Indian territory. But we are not worried about this small island. When we speak of it, the Prime Minister, he's talking about Indira Gandhi ji, the Prime Minister is said to have remarked in the AICC meeting that this is a little rock. This is not just one Prime Minister, whether it was Pandit Nehru or whether it was Indira Gandhi. This very dismissive attitude, this little rock, this small island of no importance, this was the historic Congress attitude towards Katchatheevu. Now, again, please don't think it's an individual view. This was actually, in a way, had seeped into the party thinking. It is important for the people of Tamil Nadu to know the truth about a very emotive issue on which the public has been misled for many, many years. The purpose, there is only one purpose for this press conference. That purpose is the public has the right to know. The public in Tamil Nadu particularly has a right to know about an issue on which there has been so much debate in the last 50 years.
This settlement was arrived at in 1974 and 1976 after prolonged negotiations. If the Honorable Prime Minister is referring to a recent RTI reply, he should ask for the RTI reply on 27th January 2015, when I believe Mr. Jaishankar was the Foreign Secretary. And that reply was signed by one Dr. Ranjan, an Under Secretary or Deputy Secretary at the NEA.
Pallavi and Payal continue to be with us on this broadcast. Now, Pallavi, as far as the Congress's stance go, they say that this is just time to elections. It's brought up time and again. But it was M.K. Stalin, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, who had written just last year to the Prime Minister asking for these issues to be raked up, to be discussed with the Sri Lankan authorities. So when the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu himself has been speaking of this until last year, why question the timing of it all now?
Well, there's a couple of points over here. First of all, the Congress party has come out with a detailed response, both by way of Jairam Ramesh as well as Mallikarjun Kharge, giving out a sequence of events. And in that, what Jairam Ramesh also went on to say, that in 1974, there was also repatriation of at least 6 lakh Tamils living in Sri Lanka, and they were brought back home to Tamil Nadu. So this is something also which the BJP should mention instead of cherry picking. That's one point. Second, when it comes to M.K. Stalin, the Congress's argument and that of the DMK is very simple, that if you are going to shove all the blame on us, then maybe the government which was in power at the center, you claim you have a robust foreign policy, you have good equation with your neighbors. What was really stopping you from taking the initiative? Why is it that you did not want to make that step forward, and today you are raising this issue only because, one, the Prime Minister is giving a lot of focus on South, and second, of course, is there are Lok Sabha elections. But see, one thing which could actually work against the DMK Congress, and more particularly the Congress, is the fact that it's not just limited to Tamil Nadu, Poonam. It's of course going to possibly have bearing on the Tamil Nadu politics and narrative, but it's on the larger national picture. The Congress has always been on a back foot when it comes to issues of nationalism and national security. There's a high chance that the BJP brings up this narrative that once again the Congress party has shown that the Nehru-Gandhi dynasty have never ever bothered to care about the country. The country was never first for them, and it was petty politics which was more important, and therefore nationalism and national security is something which the Congress never bothered about.
That's the bigger narrative that the BJP and the central government is trying to push. But speaking of what this could do to Tamil Nadu and to the elections there, let's take a look at why exactly this issue could have an impact as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. These are what the results look like as far as the last Lok Sabha elections went. In 2019, the DMK had 24 seats out of the 39 in the state. The vote share was about 33%. The Congress, its ally there, had 8 seats. The vote share was about 12%. The CPI and the CPM too are stakeholders there in that state of Tamil Nadu, and look at their vote share. They have seats as well, 2 each to both the left parties. Where is the BJP here? Nowhere. At that moment, the BJP was in alliance with the AIA-DMK. The BJP did not have any presence, so as to say, as far as the state of Tamil Nadu went. The AIA-DMK had 1 seat. The VCK and the IUML had 1 seat each. What is the BJP trying to do now? And that's what News 18's mega opinion poll also pointed out, that there is an opportunity that the BJP senses. So let's take a look at the numbers that have now come to the fore as far as News 18's opinion poll is concerned. If you look at what the opinion poll has predicted, in the state of Tamil Nadu, the BJP could not only be possibly opening its account, but would also do so by a great margin. Look at that. The India alliance, as far as the DMK and the Congress is concerned, News 18's opinion poll had projected about 30 seats for them out of the 39 in the state. The NDA, which is the BJP and the smaller parties that is now in alliance with, remember the AIA-DMK is no longer with the BJP there, but the other smaller parties, the NDA alliance could actually bag about 5 seats as per this opinion poll. The AIA-DMK and its allies would get about 4 seats. This is what the opinion poll states. This is what at stake is for the BJP. 370 mission of the BJP as far as the 2024 polls go. These southern states are where that is going to come from. And Payal, that's really what the Prime Minister's mission has been. That's what the BJP's mission has been as well, which is why we've seen the Prime Minister keep a steadfast focus on the state of Tamil Nadu.
Well, the Prime Minister Poonam has made about 6 to 7 visits in 2024 itself, going to various parts of Tamil Nadu, essentially talking about the importance that Tamil Nadu holds in the overall development of the country, and that's the reason he said a Viksit Bharat will also mean a Viksit Tamil Nadu and vice versa. Having said that, the strategy of the BJP has really been changed over the last few elections or so. This time around, the BJP has been speaking about the fact that this is the party which talks about protecting the interests of the Tamilians, protecting the interests of the Tamil people, protecting their culture, etc. And that's the reason, significant tweet coming in from the Prime Minister, that all those people who said that they were custodians of the people of Tamil Nadu, well-wishers of the people of Tamil Nadu, look at their conduct. They've been marred in corruption. They've been parties that have only promoted dynastic rule, and this is what has come to the fore right now. So, fishermen and fishery issue is extremely sensitive as far as the state of Tamil Nadu is really concerned, and that's the reason this issue being brought up. And remember, Jaishankar said in his press conference that 21 letters were replied to him by him to the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister vis-a-vis the same issue as well. And why is it that nobody really owned up to what had really happened? These papers were really out. Were they trying to fool the people of Tamil Nadu? That's the question that the BJP has been asking. And in the run-up to the 2024 elections, as we build up to that first phase, the crucial phase in which Tamil Nadu will be polling, you can see more and more attacks coming in. You've already seen Prime Minister Narendra Modi speak about this issue yesterday when he spoke in Meerut. He's going to be travelling to that part of the country also very, very soon, and he's likely to highlight this in the coming days and weeks, essentially calling out not just the Congress party, which has of course been the center of the BJP's attack, but also calling out the DMK and essentially saying that the DMK has been trying to fool the people of the country, has been trying to fool the people of the state of Tamil Nadu, taking votes in their names, but essentially only harboring their own personal and their interests of their family as well.
This actually has an effect on how the voter of Tamil Nadu, how the voter of this country votes, because it's not just about the state or the livelihoods of the people there. The BJP has made this a bigger narrative about it's only the BJP that has cared about the sovereignty and territorial integrity of this country. That's really the pitch that the central government and the BJP are trying to make. Aman and Payal, for the moment, thank you so much for getting us the latest perspective on that. The political war of words, meanwhile, continues, and it's not going to die down anytime soon. Listen in to some of those reactions.
When people are rejecting them again, they want a diversionary tactics. Their discrimination towards Tamil Nadu is well known. EAMS Madurai is not even started. All the projects in Tamil Nadu has not even started. Only foundation stone, only one brick is there in everywhere. This kind of discrimination against Tamil Nadu, they want a diversionary tactic. We will, India government, we will raise our voice to take back Katchatheevu. But in 10 years, they had failed to do that thing.
आज कंसीलमेंट, कंस्पिरेसी और कल्यूजन, इन 3 C's का जो खुलासा हुआ है कच्चातीवू के संदर्भ में, कि किस प्रकार से भारत के एक अभिन्न अंग, केवल एक जमीन का टुकड़ा नहीं, एक ऐसी भूमि जो भारत और तमिल का एक हिस्सा था और जिससे तमिलनाडु के मछुआरों की जीवनी और जिंदगी और सुरक्षा जुड़ी हुई थी, उसको कंसीलमेंट, कंस्पिरेसी और कल्यूजन से कांग्रेस और डीएमके के प्रथम परिवार ने सौंप दिया थाली में.
It has always been the stance of the ADMK that with regards to Katchatheevu, DMK always has given away the rights of the people of Tamil Nadu, whether it's Katchatheevu, whether it's Kaveri issue, whether it's Mullai Periyar issue. It has always been ADMK which is a harbinger which makes sure that rights are got. Whether it's through Supreme Court, whether it's through political ways, we have always stood for the rights of people of Tamil Nadu. But DMK, it is a very well known fact that 1974, 1976, DMK in collision with Congress had made sure that what was part of India has been ceded away to Sri Lanka.
So, but we opposed to giving away Katchatheevu to Sri Lanka. We had passed a resolution in the assembly, we had spoken in the parliament, and we had our CM also had gone to Supreme Court against the cessation of Katchatheevu after 76. So we were never in favor of that giving away Katchatheevu to Sri Lanka. In 1974, it is not the question of giving away Katchatheevu did not arise. During 76, when the DMK was not in power here, that clause was removed. So we opposed it.
सर, प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने कल और आज सुबह यूनियन मिनिस्टर जयशंकर ने अटैक किया है कांग्रेस और डीएमके को लेके कि कैसे कचदीफू जो है वो सीड कर दिया गया था, इंदिरा गांधी जी के टाइम पे उनको कचदीफू को दे दिया गया था. इसको कांग्रेस कैसे देखती है और इसका क्या स्टैंड है कांग्रेस का?
कांग्रेस ने क्लेरिफाई कर दिया है, कल ट्वीट भी आ गया संचार विभाग का कांग्रेस के. पर आदत तमिलनाडु चुनाव है ना, ये तब तक उठाएंगे जब तक अप्रैल में वोटिंग नहीं हो जाएगी तमिलनाडु में. वहाँ खाता खुलने का डर है, तो इसलिए राष्ट्रीय महत्व. मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ, क्या ये भूल गए कि वो एक पैक्ट था इंदिरा जी और भंडारा नायके के बीच, जिसके बदले में 6 लाख तमिल नागरिकों को नागरिकता मिली थी मछुआरों को. ये तथ्य नहीं बताएंगे, ये भूल गए. अरे इतिहास छोड़ो, दोनों आज जवाब देने के लिए नहीं है. आज का जवाब मोदी जी आप दीजिए. क्या ये सच नहीं कि भारत बांग्लादेश के बीच में वार्ता करके आपने 10,000 एकड़ जमीन, 17,000 एकड़ जमीन भारत की भूमि उनको दी और 7,000 एकड़ खुद ली? तो ये 10,000 एकड़ का सरेंडर माना जाए आपको पार्लियामेंट के रिकॉर्ड में?
Why exactly are we talking about this tiny island? What is the significance of it all? Let me take you through that. Remember, this is an island which is in the Park Strait. It is just a few kilometers away from Rameswaram on the Indian coast, about 30-odd kilometers or so. It is vital for the livelihoods of several fishermen in both the countries. But speaking of the fishermen of Tamil Nadu, it's extremely important because that pretty much forms the border between India and Tamil Nadu. Several fishermen over the years have been detained or their equipment have been confiscated, which is why it's problematic. The strategic location has raised several security concerns as well. Why is that? Because we're seeing growing Chinese presence in and around Sri Lanka. The kind of tilt we've seen towards the Chinese side as far as Sri Lanka is concerned, that has raised concerns as well, which is why this island in the middle of the two countries holds extreme significance. This particular island also has religious and social implications for people of both the country. There's an annual festival that is held at the St. Anthony Shrine, which attracts pilgrims from both the countries. So, not just is this geopolitically extremely important, it's also important for the people of Tamil Nadu, it's important for the people of Sri Lanka as well. Which is why we're now seeing the political war of words escalate over this issue. Listen in to some more reactions that have poured in all through today.
Karunanidhi's rule, misrule, he was under corruption charges. Madam Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister. So there was an inquiry commission which proved scientific corruption had happened in Tamil Nadu. So they wanted to safeguard themselves. So to protect themselves from the corruption charges, they donated the fishermen's heartland. They donated the Katchatheevu for their own interest. Repeatedly I am telling, the responsibility of donating the Katchatheevu is purely because of the corruption charges of DMK.
Indira Gandhi had given the land of Katchatheevu island.
These are same diversionary tactics.
Indira Gandhi had given the land of Katchatheevu island.
These are same diversionary tactics.
So there is this new issue that has come up for the state of Tamil Nadu, that there is an RTI which was filed, and in a reply, the reply was given that it was during Indira Gandhi's regime, a strategic island was given to Sri Lanka. Perhaps at that point in time, the reasons were cited that it is to increase bilateral relations, good relations with Sri Lanka. But now your party is creating a perception in Tamil Nadu that India lost the battle to Sri Lanka and we had to give that strategic island to Sri Lanka.
For the moment, let's put aside whatever perception there may be and let's look at reality. The reality is that for decades, for more than 7 decades, the people, especially the leaders of the Congress who ruled the country, they did not prioritize the country's needs. They apparently had other concerns. We have so many examples. We have the example of giving up the permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council by our first Prime Minister when it was being given to us on a platter. These are not perceptions. These are real policy choices by our former rulers who compromised many of our national interests because of whatever other priorities they had, and that is just not on anymore.
What is the responsibility of the BJP government? What is the responsibility of the now External Affairs Minister who is going on giving press briefings without lifting his little finger about retrieval of Katchatheevu? What Mr. Jaishankar has spoken in the press meet is pure hogwash. If there was a press meet, it should have been a press conference where everybody should have been asked to question him. Then they would have asked him about Chinese incursion. They would have asked him what he said about China. It is a bigger economy. How can we fight them? The press people would have asked him about that. And the press people would have also questioned him about the exchange of enclaves with Bangladesh.
Let's now get you a quick roundup of all the election-related news that have taken place across the country, beginning with Assam. Remember, it goes to elections in the first phase of elections that begin on the 19th of this month. The BJP has kick-started its campaign. Chief Minister of Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma, set the wheels in motion for his campaign and his parties. It commenced with a cycle rally where we saw Himanta Biswa Sarma cycle for about 13 kilometers. He was joined by scores of supporters with him. The National Conference today announced that former Minister and Legislator Mia Altaf will be contesting for the Lok Sabha elections from the Anantnag Rajouri constituency. Vice President of the party, Omar Abdullah, said that the party's high command believes that there is no better candidate than Mr. Altaf for this particular seat. At a rally in Jodhpur, Union Home Minister Amit Shah lashed out at the opposition and former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Shah said that Nehru committed a mistake by putting in place Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir. Prime Minister Modi ended that and raised the Indian flag in Kashmir, is what Union Home Minister Amit Shah reiterated. He said that for 70 years, the Congress party had diverted the issue of Ram Temple, going on to then hail the Prime Minister for not only laying the foundation stone, but also ensuring that the Pran Pratishthan took place earlier this year.
मैं आज मोदी गारंटी आपको बताने आया हूं। मोदी जी को तीसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री कर दो, भारत तीसरे नंबर का अर्थतंत्र बन जाएगा। मित्रों, जवाहरलाल नेहरू एक गलती कर गए थे। कश्मीर में धारा 370 डाल कर गए थे, जिससे कश्मीर हमेशा भारत का हिस्सा नहीं बन पाया। मुझे बताओ भाई और बहनों, ये कश्मीर किसका है?
Days after quitting the ruling party in Odisha, BJD's Lok Sabha MP Anubhav Mohanty joined the BJP today. Mohanty said that he was feeling suffocated under Naveen Patnaik in the BJD. He praised the Narendra Modi government, saying he was proud to witness the passage of historic measures in the parliament, including the abolition of triple talaq, the introduction of new criminal laws as well. With that, it's a wrap from my side here on this edition. But on setting the election agenda over the next half an hour, we'll get you ground reports, we'll get you voices from the ground of what this country thinks going into the elections. Stay tuned for that.
இந்தாங்க சார் உங்க நாளை.
Prime Minister Modi, who began his poll campaign in Meerut yesterday, raised the issue of Katchatheevu Island yet again. Hitting out at the Congress and the DMK, Prime Minister said that the Congress government in 1974 gave away India's Katchatheevu Island callously to Sri Lanka. He said that the fishermen continue to face this decision till today. Politics soon erupted over the matter with the DMK and Congress, saying that the BJP was on purpose raising this matter at the time of elections. BJP hit back at the opposition, saying that the people of India will never forgive them for compromising the territory of India. Remember, Katchatheevu is a tiny island located between Sri Lanka and India, and the island was ceded to Sri Lanka by Indira Gandhi's government in 1974. Over the last few years, increasing number of Indian fishermen have been arrested by the Sri Lankan Navy, and hence the island has become among Tamil Nadu's most hot-button political topics. With that now, we have some reactions into this story. Let's first have a look at those.
तमिलनाडु से आगे श्रीलंका के पहले एक टापू किसने किसी दूसरे देश को दे दिया था? कब दिया था? कहां गई थी? क्या ये भारत माता नहीं थी वहां? क्या वो मां भारती का अंग नहीं था? और इसको भी आपने तोड़ा। और कौन था उस समय? श्रीमती इंदिरा गांधी के नेतृत्व में हुआ था। कांग्रेस का इतिहास मां भारती को छिन्न भिन्न करने का रहा। भारत के मछुआरे मछली पकड़ने के लिए समंदर में जाते हैं, इस द्वीप की तरफ जाते हैं तो इन्हें गिरफ्तार कर लिया जाता है, उनकी बोट को कब्जा कर लिया जाता है। ये कांग्रेस के पाप का परिणाम है कि हमारे मछुआरे आज भी सजा भुगतते चले जा रहे हैं।
When people are rejecting them again, they want a diversionary tactics.
Welcome back. It's election season. All parties are in complete campaign mode. The BJP is banking on its star campaigner, the Prime Minister. The Modi wave is something that the BJP's successes have always been credited to, be it elections at the national level or at the state level. Now we have information coming in of what the Prime Minister's campaign blitz is going to look like over the next few days. Specifically, as far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned, the Prime Minister is going to be holding a public meeting in Saharanpur in about 6 days from now, is what we're given to understand. It's not just public rallies that the Prime Minister will be addressing. There are road shows across different constituencies of the Prime Minister that will also be held. Apart from Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand and Rajasthan is also on the Prime Minister's radar. All of this is going to start beginning tomorrow, is what we're given to understand. This, of course, is going to be the BJP's mega campaign blitz with its star campaigner, the Prime Minister, campaigning for the party and for those specific candidates on those seats. Payal, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more details. Payal, what can you tell us? What's the scoop as far as the BJP's game plan is concerned?
Well, to talk about the Prime Minister's schedule, what we do have is that tomorrow is going to be in Rudrapur, which is in Uttarakhand, and Kotpalli, which is of course in Rajasthan. On the 4th, he goes to Jamui, which is in Bihar, and then he goes to Cooch Behar, which is in Bengal. 6th, he goes to Saharanpur, and then 9th, he goes to Pilibhit, and 16th to Moradabad. But the most important thing to watch out for over here will be his rally that he's going to be doing in Cooch Behar. That's the location that has been marred by some violence in the last few days, and also has been marred by a storm which actually hit the region yesterday. So the Prime Minister, in fact, taking upon the onus on himself to make sure that the BJP maximizes its effort on reaching that 400 mark. Remember, the Prime Minister has been the biggest face of the BJP, right from Panchayat to Parliament elections. He's been the one to watch out really for, as far as this is really concerned. So they expect him to campaign from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. And many in the BJP say that this is just the starters. This is just the opening batting of the Prime Minister. You can probably see him get into a huge pinch hitting role as we advance to more and more stages of the election as well.
But the BJP is in fact lined up a very important roadshow of the Prime Minister in Ghaziabad. Remember, Ghaziabad is a bastion that has belonged to the BJP. It's a very considered to be one of the safest seats as far as the BJP is really concerned. But there has been a change of candidate over there. General VK Singh has been made to sit out, and of course you have a new candidate over there. So the Prime Minister's roadshow, which is going to be stretching for over 1.5 kilometers, is going to be extremely significant in that region. So we'll have to just wait and see for more and more schedules to really come in, because possibly in the next few days more and more details will come out. The Prime Minister is expected to go down again to the south, because Kerala, Tamil Nadu, all of these states are going to poll early on out of the 7-phase poll, and the Prime Minister is the biggest crowd puller as far as the BJP is really concerned. And the responses that we've seen, especially in the southern part of the country, in his recent visits, are there for everybody to see.
Absolutely. The Prime Minister is not going to leave any stone unturned as far as the party's chances across the country is concerned. BJP candidates are, of course, banking on the Modi wave to fillip them and their campaign in the upcoming elections. The Prime Minister is now going to be on a campaign blitz. Remember, it was just yesterday that the Prime Minister actually kick-started the campaign. He did so from Meerut in Uttar Pradesh. It was the same constituency where the Prime Minister in the past, in 2014 and in 2019 as well, did begin his campaign from. Remember, Meerut is a place where the BJP has now fielded Arun Govil. He is the man who portrayed Ram on screen. From there to now being the BJP's candidate, what is it that the people of Meerut actually think about that decision? What do they think of the BJP's decision? What do they think of the BJP's chances? My colleague Aman spoke to the people on ground there. Take a look.
BJP giving the ticket from Meerut to Arun Govil, who played the role of Lord Ram in the epic series of Ramayana, has stirred a lot of emotions in Meerut. We are at a group of BJP supporters here who've come here to listen to the Chief Minister and Mr. Arun Govil. तो अरुण गोविल जी को टिकट देना ये कितनी बड़ी बात है और आपको क्या लगता है इससे मेरठ में जीत सुनिश्चित हुई है?
100% जीत सुनिश्चित है और एक राम के चेहरे में हम अपना एक राम जी का चेहरा देखते हैं और एक बहुत बड़ी बात मेरठ के लिए।
जय जय श्री राम।
अयोध्या में तो मंदिर बना है, मेरठ में राम आ गए हैं।
ये तो हकीकत है कि राम ही आ गए हैं मेरठ में। राम के चेहरे में हम अपना एक राम जी का चेहरा देखते हैं।
कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि अरुण गोविल जी बाहरी हैं, मेरठ से नाता नहीं है, तो बाहरी को टिकट क्यों दे दिया बीजेपी ने?
जी बाहरी कहना नहीं उचित है क्योंकि उनका तो जन्म स्थान ही है। राम सबके मन में इस तरह से बसे हुए हैं, उनकी छवि इतनी बढ़िया है कि वो किसी परिचय के मोहताज नहीं है अरुण गोविल जी।
मेरठ के भाग आज जाग गए हैं, राम आए हैं, राम जय श्री राम।
We are joined by BJP's मेरठ कैंडिडेट Mr. अरुण गोविल। अरुण जी, मेरठ में जहाँ भी जाएं, अभी योगी जी का सम्मेलन भी चल रहा था, लोग कहते हैं कि भगवान राम मेरठ आ गए हैं।
भगवान राम तो पूरे विश्व में है, कण कण में है विश्व में, उनका आना जाना नहीं होता कहीं, वो सब जगह होते हैं, हर पल होते हैं वहाँ पर। हाँ, एक व्यक्ति यहाँ ज़रूर आया है जिसने भगवान राम का अभिनय किया था, उनका चरित्र जिया था, उसका नाम अरुण गोविल है, वो ज़रूर आ गया है।
राजनीति में कदम क्यों?
नहीं, मैं पहली बात तो ये कि इसको आप राजनीति कह सकते हैं, सो कॉल्ड राजनीति, पर मैं राजनीति मुझे आती नहीं, ना मैं करूँगा। मैं तो ये समझ लीजिए कि भाई एक मन में आया कि मुझे कुछ करना चाहिए, तो मैं करना चाहिए, तो उसके लिए मुझे मेरठ मिल गया। तो मेरठ से अच्छी कौन सी जगह होगी? मतलब ऐसा लगता है कि जैसे माँ की ममता मुझे यहाँ खींच लाई है, तो मैं कुछ करूँगा जो मैं कर सकता हूँ।
कुछ आपके प्रतिद्वंदी हैं, जैसे जो इंडिया अलायंस से लोग लड़ रहे हैं, वो कहते हैं अरुण गोविल जी तो बाहरी हैं, इतने साल बाद आए हैं, हम तो यहाँ के लोकल हैं, तो टाइम दे पाएंगे कि नहीं दे पाएंगे जीते अगर मेरठ को?
नहीं, क्यों नहीं दे पाएंगे? अगर मैंने हमेशा मेरा ये उसूल रहा है कि मैंने जीवन में जो भी काम किया है वो सोच समझ कर किया है और मेरे कुछ अपने विचारों के साथ किया है। वो मैं ऐसा नहीं होता कि एक पल में मुझे ये लगा कि मुझे ये कर लेना चाहिए और फिर उसको मैं भूल जाऊं, मैंने वो कभी नहीं किया। उतनी ईमानदारी, वैचारिक ईमानदारी, सैद्धांतिक ईमानदारी मेरे अंदर है।
तो जीवन में पहले आपने रामायण में रोल प्ले किया श्री राम का, फिर मैंने अयोध्या में आपको प्राण प्रतिष्ठा वाले दिन भी अयोध्या में देखा, और अब मेरठ के कैंडिडेट, मतलब जीवन का सफर भी एक नया सफर बनता जा रहा है आपका धीरे धीरे।
नहीं सर, जीवन है ही एक सफर।
मेरठ में राजेंद्र अग्रवाल जी बहुत टाइम तक आपके सांसद रहे, अब नए सांसद आने की तैयारी कर रहे हैं, भगवान लोग कह रहे हैं राम जी आ गए हैं मेरठ में, क्या फ़र्क पड़ेगा इससे भाजपा के चांसेस को?
100% फर्क पड़ेगा जी, सीट पक्की है यहाँ की बीजेपी के लिए, कोई हार नहीं सकता है। हो सकता है कि पूरे यूपी में रिकॉर्ड मतों से जीते।
मेरठ में राजेंद्र अग्रवाल जी ने बड़ा प्यार से उनका स्वागत किया, हार वार पहनाया, तो कुछ खटास नहीं लगी ऐसे कोई नेता में कि कोई खटास की बात?
नहीं, ऐसा कोई खटास वाली बात नहीं है किसी तरीके से भी। और बहुत बढ़िया मोदी का काम जो है एक अपने आप में एक ब्रिलियंट पोजीशन इन इंडिया एंड वर्ल्ड। तो आप यूँ समझ के चलो कि चाहे कोई भी खड़ा हो जाएगा उनकी पार्टी नाम पे तो श्योर वो जीते।
तो मेरठ में बीजेपी ने अपना कैंडिडेट दे दिया अरुण गोविल जी का, सपा भी चुनाव लड़ेगी जोर शोर से, क्या लगता है आपको क्या रहेगा?
ये बराबर की टक्कर लगेगी जी, ये तो बराबर की लग रहा है। ये सपा और जो अरुण गोविल जी खड़े हुए हैं ये कुछ, क्योंकि आपको भाई मोमडन और वो जो है बराबर का हुआ है, तो बराबर की टक्कर है इनकी, बराबर की।
बीजेपी तो कहती है हमने राम जी को ही उतार दिया मैदान में मेरठ में,
तो राम जी को उतार दिया तो राम जी को वोट थोड़ी दे देगा मोमडन। भाई मोमडन वोट जो है वो बीजेपी को तो देता नहीं है।
क्या लगता है आपको किसको वोट पड़ना चाहिए?
वोट तो सपा को ही पड़ना चाहिए यहाँ पे।
सपा को वोट डालेंगे आप? ऐसा क्यों? आपको कितना सपा आपके मतलब हितों का ख्याल रखती है, क्या क्या कारण है कि सपा को आप वोट डालें?
बस सपा ही सही है हमारे लिए तो फिलहाल।
बहुत लोग कह रहे हैं कि राम जी वापस आ गए हैं जैसे मेरठ में, तो आपको लगता है वो कोई फैक्टर है? लोगों में भक्ति की बात भी हो गई है कि अरुण गोविल जी को टिकट दे दिया बीजेपी ने,
वो एक वैसे फैक्टर प्ले करेगा क्योंकि वो सबके लिए राम जी रहे हैं, तो वो एक पॉजिटिव फैक्टर प्ले करेगा, तो लोग और उसकी तरफ अट्रैक्ट होंगे वोट करने के लिए।
बीजेपी के प्रोज में तो होगा बट ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए।
We are at the famous Abu Lane of Meerut, and locals here say that the transformation of Meerut in the last 10 years or so has been phenomenal. There is a new Delhi-Meerut expressway which can bring you from Delhi to Meerut in just under 45 minutes. There is the new regional rapid rail which is about to start from Delhi to Meerut. It's already started in one section, the Namo train, by which you can come quickly to Meerut from Delhi. And there's even a talk of a metro in Meerut. There's also the new Ganga expressway which is starting from Meerut till Prayagraj. And the local BJP leaders here say that it's a Ganga of development which is flowing in Meerut. And the multiple time MP from here, Rajendra Agarwal, is now making way for Arun Govil as maybe the next MP of Meerut. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath also says that the tradition has been followed in Meerut of a smooth transition from Rajendra Agarwal to Arun Govil. But will the BJP be able to still impress the voters on the issue of development and good law and order in Meerut, or will there be a surprise? We will only know on April 26th.
Shifting focus now, the Election Commission of India has censured BJP MP Dilip Ghosh and Congress leader Supriya Shrinate for making derogatory remarks in case of Dilip Ghosh against the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, and in case of Supriya Shrinate, the post that was later taken down against Kangana Ranaut. The poll body in its order said that these personal remarks were made and thus that violated the provisions of the Model Code of Conduct. It has sent a warning notice to the party chiefs as well. Take a look at this report.
As we all know, the Election Commission had issued notices both to Supriya Shrinate as well as to Dilip Ghosh. Now, what we are hearing is that the EC has censored both of them and said that both of them have violated the Model Code of Conduct and also outraged the modesty of women. But before we talk about this further, just very briefly on what really happened. In the case of Dilip Ghosh, he had talked about the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, where he said that, sometimes she says that she belongs to Goa, sometimes she says that she belongs to Tripura. We want to know who her father is. An FIR was already filed by the state government, but this was something which was given to a notice of the EC. The EC, of course, served him a notice. But before that, the party, that is the BJP, already had pulled up and reprimanded Dilip Ghosh. As far as Supriya Shrinate is concerned, one post of hers, former verified handle, had been put out which talked about Kangana Ranaut in a derogatory manner.
News coming in from the BJP camp now. Huddle within the BJP as far as the manifesto goes. Now we're given to understand that a second meeting is expected to take place on the 4th of April, which is in 3 days from now. Arun, my colleague, joining us, getting us more details. Arun, what can we expect? Do you have any inside scoop of what is likely to make it to the BJP's manifesto?
Well, see, Poonam, today was the first meeting of the manifesto committee. And of course, we heard the press conference post that meeting of Piyush Goyal, where he talked about the suggestions that they have got for the manifesto. And we are also told that the second meeting of this manifesto committee, which is being led by Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, will be on 4th of April. And today, in fact, in that press conference, Piyush Goyal briefed about the suggestions and, of course, the medium through which they received those suggestions. Namo app, of course, one of the way for people to reach out to the BJP. And secondly, they had this missed call suggestion campaign through which people can give missed call, and accordingly, of course, their suggestions will be considered. And of course, thirdly, there were around 960 digital vans which BJP signed across the country, and also, of course, that had worked as a suggestion box for the party. So on the basis of that, they have received multiple suggestions, and those suggestions were before the committee today when they sat. And also, of course, all those members who are part of this committee, they were also told that whenever there will be a next meeting, in this case it will be on 4th, they can also come with some new suggestions, which of course later on will be concluded in the BJP's manifesto. What are going to be the points and important which BJP is going to highlight in their manifesto? That's something which is very, very significant. So in that regard, the second meeting of BJP's manifesto committee will be on 4th of April. Perhaps in 8 to 10 days or perhaps in a fortnight, we will be expecting BJP releasing their manifesto for 2024 Lok Sabha polls.
Second week of April is when we could be expecting that manifesto release. For the moment, Arun, thank you so much for
going to be the points and important which BJP is going to highlight in their manifesto. That's something which is very, very significant. So in that regard, the second meeting of BJP's manifesto committee will be on 4th of April. Perhaps in 8 to 10 days or perhaps in a fortnight, we will be expecting BJP releasing.
Prime Minister Modi, who began his poll campaign in Meerut yesterday, raised the issue of Katchatheevu Island yet again. Hitting out at the Congress and the DMK, Prime Minister said that the Congress government in 1974 gave away India's Katchatheevu Island callously to Sri Lanka. He said that the fishermen continue to face problems due to Congress's decision till today. Politics soon erupted over the matter with the DMK and Congress, saying that the BJP was on purpose raising this matter at the time of elections. BJP hit back at the opposition, saying that the people of India will never forgive them for compromising the territory of India. Remember, Katchatheevu is a tiny island located between Sri Lanka and India, and the island was ceded to Sri Lanka by Indira Gandhi's government in 1974. Over the last few years, increasing number of Indian fishermen have been arrested by the Sri Lankan Navy, and hence the island has become among Tamil Nadu's most hot-button political topics. With that now, we have some reactions into this story. Let's first have a look at those.
तमिलनाडु से आगे श्रीलंका के पहले एक टापू किसने किसी दूसरे देश को दे दिया था, कब दिया था, कहां गई थी, क्या ये भारत माता नहीं थी वहां, क्या वो मां भारती का अंग नहीं था, और इसको भी आपने तोड़ा। और कौन था उस समय, श्रीमती इंदिरा गांधी के नेतृत्व में हुआ था। कांग्रेस का इतिहास मां भारती को छिन्न भिन्न करने का रहा।
भारत के मछुआरे मछली पकड़ने के लिए समंदर में जाते हैं, इस द्वीप की तरफ जाते हैं तो इन्हें गिरफ्तार कर लिया जाता है, उनकी बोट को कब्जा कर लिया जाता है,
ये कांग्रेस के पाप का परिणाम है कि हमारे मछुआरे आज भी सजा भुगतते चले जा रहे हैं.
When people are rejecting them again,
Welcome back. You're watching Setting the Election Agenda, and there seems to be a huddle at the Prime Minister's residence at the moment. Several senior leaders of the party, top ministers in fact, are at the Prime Minister's residence is what we're given to understand. We're still trying to ascertain what exactly the meeting is about. Payal, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more details. Payal, do we have any insight on what this huddle is about?
Well, I wish I was able to just tell you right away, Poonam, as to what this meeting certainly is about. But there is so much that is happening in the build-up to the election. There are so many meetings that take place at multiple levels. And the Prime Minister has been keeping a complete watch on everything possible. So, the BJP has just, in fact, had its first meeting as far as its manifesto committee is concerned. So, probably that feedback is being shared with the Prime Minister. The BJP is still to announce its campaign committee, team. That could also be a discussion how to take the campaign forward, because remember, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be hitting battleground, full-fledged very, very soon as well. So probably a lot of that things are also going to be on the line as well. Remember, in that meeting is also Ashwini Vaishnav, a senior minister in the Modi government, somebody who's been given the responsibility to hold multiple responsibilities in the organization. He has been elected as a member of the Rajya Sabha, so he does not have an election to really fight. And of course, there's JP Nadda also, who's the party's national president. He's been sharing a lot of responsibilities along with Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who also has an election to fight, mind you. And so does Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So Vinod Tawade, another general secretary of the party, very, very effective, very, very important in the scheme of things. He's been handling multiple issues, including portfolios, of the states like Bihar. But he has also been chairing a lot of responsibility in terms of the joining committee, whether it's the committee that is going to prepare the reach out program of the party. So all of these issues are probably being discussed, and there is no second guesses as far as this election season is concerned. That it has to be some discussion that is going on as far as the preparation for the 2024 elections are concerned. I'm sure that seats are not being discussed in this particular meeting, because for that you have the Central Election Committee, which generally meets. But campaign, publicity, how to go about the entire thing, how to go about the outdoor publicity, the media publicity, all of these things are planned at a very, very elaborate level by the BJP, and Ashwini Vaishnav, Vinod Tawade have been very, very crucial names as far as that reach out is really concerned. So probably a discussion is taking place on those lines, and the top ministers in the government, those people who are very, very keenly involved with the decision making of the party, are also present in the meeting, is what I'm given to understand.
Right, Payal, do keep a track if details do come out after the meeting ends. For the moment though, thank you so much for getting us the latest. Shifting focus now to Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party, what their chances look like as far as the 2024 clash goes, because the Chief Minister is now in Tihar jail. He's going to be there until the next hearing at least, which is on the 15th of this month. CNN News 18 has now accessed the order copy. The order copy that we have with us says that Arvind Kejriwal can influence the probe. That's an apprehension that the Enforcement Directorate had raised in court today. Ananya, my colleague, joining us, getting us more details. Ananya, what more can you tell us?
Well, definitely, the court has noted the submissions of the Enforcement Directorate that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is highly influential. He has remained at the helm of the National Capital Territory of Delhi. He is the national convener of the Aam Aadmi Party, and not only that, he is the Chief Minister of Delhi, and that's the reason why he is highly influential in nature, and that's why he should be sent to judicial custody. And the court, though not giving any findings on the merit, has sent Mr. Kejriwal to 15 days of judicial custody. But what is very important to note, Poonam, about today is that there was something that was stated by the Enforcement Directorate which could spell troubles to other leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party, and this trouble was spelled by none other than the Delhi Chief Minister himself, wherein the Enforcement Directorate, quoting Arvind Kejriwal's submission, has stated, in fact his statements under Section 50 has stated that he has said that he never knew who Vijay Nair was. In fact, Vijay Nair used to report to Atishi Marlena and Saurabh Bharadwaj. So how would this be linking, whether the Enforcement Directorate would now be proceeding to go on and investigate Atishi and Saurabh, is something that we'll have to wait and watch for. But this is quite a strange statement coming in from the Delhi Chief Minister. In fact, when if we go down with the remand paper that we've also accessed for our viewers at CNN News 18. It also mentions the statement of N.D. Gupta, who was the treasurer of the Aam Aadmi Party, wherein Mr. Gupta in his statement stated that, every financial decision of the Aam Aadmi Party was taken by, in fact, the national convener, that is Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. However, countering that, Arvind Kejriwal in his submission has stated that Mr. N.D. Gupta is somebody who is confused. So, Arvind Kejriwal spilling the beans on his own team. How much of it does it play up with the investigation agency is something that
absolutely. And what happens to the party next, given that more party leaders are now named? We'll have to keep an eye out on that. But for the moment, Ananya, thank you so much. Now, it's not just Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party that we're speaking of. We're also speaking of constituencies across the country. Let's speak of one such constituency from Tamil Nadu, and that is to do with Coimbatore. It is a triangular fight that we're going to be seeing there. My colleague caught up with the AIA-DMK candidate. Listen in.
You have made your debut this time. How is the feeling like?
It's amazing. Something I'm passionate about from the age of 16, 17. Finally it is happening. I've been serving people for the past 18 years from the moment I entered politics. And today is the recognition that my party has given to me. So all is well.
During your campaign, what are the issues that you're highlighting to the voters of Coimbatore?
See, both BJP and DMK, they have left Coimbatore people. Coimbatore is an industrial hub. MSMEs, pumps, motors, wet grinders, foundries, textiles. Because of GST, once upon a time, textile industry used to boom here. Today, they are struggling a lot. So you need to ground yourself and grow whatever is the native business of Coimbatore, which is taking a big hit. Both BJP did nothing and DMK did nothing. So that is one of the major issues.
In Coimbatore, do you think it's going to be a three-cornered contest? It's always been an ADMK stronghold. But this time DMK is also fielding its own candidate. BJP is fielding Annamalai. Do you see a tri-cornered contest as far as Coimbatore is concerned, or do you think it's going to be an easy task?
No, it is just between us and DMK, and Annamalai and team, they're just fighting in the social media. I don't know what they're doing. Let's not even consider them, because they need to prove first what kind of vote bank they have. They can talk whatever they want, but on ground, we are fighting head on head against DMK.
Now, CNN News 18 and my colleagues have been travelling across the length and breadth of this country. What do each city think about the representatives that they will be sending to the parliament? What do these constituencies want? My colleague Yash Goyal got us such reports coming in from the national capital, the voice of Delhi, what they really want this election around. I'm leaving you with that report.
Hello and welcome to the brand new series Election Street Side. This will be a fun segment where we'll be focusing on food, but we'll be also talking about the politics. In fact, it's just few months for the general elections, and we are here to gauge from the people exactly what they think about the coming up elections and also about their particular candidates. While taking a stroll in the streets of Chandni Chowk, one thing we cannot miss is Golgappas, or the puchkas we say. This is Padam Chaat Corner here in Chandni Chowk. Perhaps this is one of those hidden gems a lot of people don't know about. Some people might know because this is a local eatery situated in the streets of the national capital. In fact, I found a family over here. I dare not disturb them while eating. In fact, the gentleman over there is still enjoying the bhalla and dahi golgappa and stuff. Sir, दही भल्ले का आप मज़ा लेता रहिए. एक चीज़ पूछना चाहूँगा, दिल्ली में और देश में चुनाव आने वाले हैं, बहुत कम समय रह गया है. क्या देखते हैं अभी की सिचुएशन के हिसाब से? क्या लगता है आपके मनपसंद प्रत्याशी कौन है? क्या किसको जीतता देखते हैं?
जीतेगा तो बीजेपी.
अच्छा, क्यों इतनी श्योरिटी क्यों है आपको?
क्योंकि काम अच्छा हो रहा है और आम आदमी पार्टी के बारे में तो सबको पता चल ही चुका है. अभी कितने घोटाला हुआ है, तो फिर उसके बाद कुछ बोलने का बचा ही नहीं है.
एक होता है मेरिट पे वोट देना और एक होता है चेहरे पे वोट देना. आप क्या चूज करते हैं, मेरिट या चेहरा?
अभी तो मेरिट पे ही वोट दिया जाएगा, कभी चेहरे पे वोट नहीं जाएगा. कोई सगा नहीं है.
मेरिट जिसका अच्छा है वो उसी को वोट देना चाहिए। वो चलो ठीक है, मैं बोल दिया बीजेपी को जीतेगा, पर आम आदमी पार्टी का कोई अच्छा चेहरा होगा तो वो जीतेगा।
अच्छा, आपकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी कौन सी होती है?
साउथ दिल्ली।
साउथ दिल्ली। तो आपके प्रत्याशी
रामवीर सिंह बिधूड़ी है उसमें से
जी,
और सहीराम पहलवान आम आदमी पार्टी से।
जी। तो क्या कहते हैं, मतलब आप खासी अगर मोटे तौर पे देखा जाए तो आप खुश रहे हैं भाजपा के काम से और उन्हीं को अगली बार दोबारा देखना चाहते हैं?
भाजपा का काम तो देखो, इतनी बड़े देश में सब काम सबको पसंद नहीं आता है, पर फिर भी बहुत से काम ऐसा होता है जो भाजपा अच्छा कर रहा है।
आपके डैड ने बोला कि ही इज गोना वोट ऑन मेरिट, ना कि किसी चेहरे पे। आपका क्या लुकआउट रहता है?
मेरा लुकआउट सेम है, वोट हमेशा मेरिट पे ही करना चाहिए, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली जो जीत के आएंगे वही आपके लिए कुछ काम करेंगे, वही देश के लिए सोचेंगे।
देश के लिए वही लोग सोचेंगे। अच्छा, देश के लिए सोचेंगे। मैं बाबूजी को बोल देता हूँ, सर एक हमें भी गोलगप्पा खिला दीजिए पहले, सर एक पीस हमें भी खिला दीजिएगा। तो इतने वो गोलगप्पा बनाते, इतने आपसे एक चीज़ और पूछूंगा मैं, आप प्राइवेट सेक्टर में जॉब करते हैं, गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में?
मैं सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हूँ।
आप चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट है? अच्छा, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हो तो मैं एक सवाल पूछूंगा। बहुत सारे ऑपोजिशन पार्टीज भी और लोग भी ये बात करते हैं जीएसटी को लेकर तकलीफ की। क्या आपको लगता है कॉम्प्लिकेशंस वगैरह आपको भी तंग करती हैं?
हाँ, कॉम्प्लिकेशंस हैं, उसको थोड़ा सा ईज आउट करने की ज़रूरत है। कई जगह पर मतलब मैं बोलूँगा कि थोड़ी सी ज़्यादा सख्ती हो गई है।
मैम, आप भी कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे? आप भी वोट डालेंगे, एक महिला होने के नाते, एक देश के नागरिक होने के नाते क्या लगता है कि कौन आपके हिसाब से सही चॉइस है?